be remiss if I didn't bring it up, and I hate to beat a dead horse, but sometimes a brother needs to double tap.
Sure.
What was, I mean, the whole fucking all-out incident with Punk? What was that going through your head when that shit was happening? Because he straight fucking calls you out, you know, like.
Show of hands. Who here fancies themselves as a journalist? You're a journalist, Nick?
I try my best.
Okay. No, real quick.
Go ahead.
You still do improv?
No, not a little bit.
No?
No.
When you did improv, who'd you do improv with?
I did it with Scott Colton.
Okay, so you fancy yourself a journalist. Would you say you're friends with Scott Colton?
No, I haven't talked to Scott in some time.
So you're not friends with him?
No, Scott and I do not see eye to eye.
Oh, wow. Well, that makes two of us.
A lot of things went through my head. First of all, this is going to be crazy. Second of all, does anybody even know what he's talking about? Like the Nick Hausman's improv career with Colt Cabana crowd is more than niche audience, and so like I don't even know that anybody else in the room knows what's going on. When I realized the direction he was going, I started to giggle because I was like, this guy thinks you like Scott Colton, and Scott and I have unfortunately not gotten along here in recent years. But then I was also like, dude, this is dope. CM Punk just told everybody, you're an improviser. Everybody knows me as this journalist. Maybe I can start doing comedy again, right? Maybe I can go back and got a little clout in the comedy scene again, which actually looks to be happening. Another story. But I was a pig in shit. I was enjoying myself. I knew I was in the middle of what was going to be a huge story, even as we were seconds into it. I mean, this is why you do this stuff. You know, this and I'm not saying that I'm happy, because obviously a lot of people got hurt and some shit got fucked up here. But, you know, this is why I ask questions. This is why I want to know things, because I know there's a bigger story underneath the surface here. And if you poke a bear long enough, it'll swing. And that's what happened, you know? So, I mean, in a lot of ways, I think I got what I wanted. I was very happy with everything. Punk texted me, somehow got my number, and verified that I was not friends with Scott Colton, and apologized to me the next day. I rolled over, I woke up to a message like, hey, it's Phil. I'm like, oh my God. Hi, Punk.
Pantera?
I can't call him. Right. I can't call him Phil. It's weird for me. He's always Punk. It's weird. But he apologized. He made good with me. You know, like he realized he fucked up and he like apologized and we're good. Yeah. You know, so I know he's capable of that. You know,
that take on it, because I know it's soured a lot of fucking people, and especially
tons of
fans.
people.
And what's kind of your take on that? I mean, because in the business, if anybody knows in the wrestling business, forgive and forget and move on and let's make some money. I mean, look at what's happened in WWE. You know, Ultimate Warriors come back. You know, Goldberg, all these people that were, I'd like to say maybe Warrior had it way worse. They never put out a fucking DVDs just slandering the fucking, you know, CM Punk, you know, like, so proof is in the pudding, man. You can come back and you can do business. And it sounded like for a little while, because I don't know Punk personally, I don't know other than what I fucking see on all the sheets and whatnot, what he's posting and retracting from Instagram.
True.
That maybe that time was coming. And now it kind of, you know, after the last couple Instagram posts, which is getting really annoying now, seeing everybody copy, put their own shit. It was funny for like 5 seconds, but I'm fucking over it. What are your thoughts on that, man? I mean, do you think it's something, do they need him?
No, I mean, nobody's needed in this business except whoever holds the pocketbook, right? Like, AEW needs Tony Khan, right? Without Tony Khan, there's no AEW, for better or worse, you know? Nobody needs CM Punk. Could they use CM Punk? I definitely think a case could be made for that. Absolutely. I wasn't surprised by what, I mean, the people that are out there right now saying things were getting better, him coming back and like burying the hatchet. And, you know, look, it's not what I've been hearing, but I don't want to discount anybody. There's maybe a good chance that things are moving the way they're moving. But from what I was, you know, hearing when I was very close to the story a couple months ago, it would have taken a big Hail Mary to kind of change the direction things were going. It sounded like Punk had his lawyers working overtime and he was pissed. And, you know, you got, you know, Jericho here on the other side who I don't think Punk ever wanted to work with. And I think Jericho knows Punk never wanted to work with him. So what does Jericho have to lose running this guy out of the company? Nothing. He's gonna what? Take more of the main event space, work with people who will make money with him, right? He's got nothing to lose here. Nothing. Then you got the Bucks and Omega, and Callis, the worst. But the Bucks and Omega.
Thank you.
But the Bucks and Omega, and and it's them, and it's Pay out of Hangman Page. I just don't know what has happened that is so bad that these men can't talk and make a lot of money together. Like, there's got to be pride, ego, something else going on here. I've been telling people it's not what happened at All Out that I'm interested in, because it's so on the surface what happened at All Out.
Cause and effect. That was the effect. What was the cause?
What happened in those 4 to 6 weeks leading up to All Out? That's the book, right? That's what we want to know. When did it get so bad that Punk felt he had to act like this to be heard? I have a quote in my head right now that I don't know that I necessarily want to use, but I guess I'll throw it out there since I teased it. The reason I say I don't know that I want to use it is because it's about race riots and Martin Luther King, but Martin Luther King said riots are the voice of the voiceless, and riots are a last-ditch effort for somebody who feels they've used every resource to try to achieve what they want to do on good terms. If you can't do that, you're gonna riot. You're gonna start to burn stuff down. What made Punk feel that this was the only outlet, this is the only way in which he could address a situation that he must have otherwise felt pretty helpless against,
Yeah,
so I don't know.
I mean, that's how I feel, because it just seemed kind of like out of the blue. It's like, damn, dude, are we having a little bitch or what?
I kind of feel like some of that came from that Hangman Page stuff last year with that promo he cut, kind of alluding towards Colt Cabana. And then Punk was stewing on that, and nothing ever came from it. He had a meeting with some people behind closed doors, and he did not like the outcome. He could have been stewing on that and some other little things just building up, like people just kind of giving him the cold shoulder. Who knows?
And like, logic, right? Like, if this, then that, kind of stuff. If Colt talked shit about Punk to Hangman Page, then Hangman Page probably felt comfortable saying something like that to Punk on a microphone. And again, the impetus to that is Colt. That's Scott. And if Scott is walking around saying nobody likes Punk, Punk's got a bad reputation, no matter what the fuck else they're talking about, and there are people backstage that owe their careers to Scott Colton, a.k.a. Colt Cabana, for the work he did in the podcast and T-shirt space, someone who may not be a main event player might have main event clout to muddy the waters around one CM Punk. So I do wonder. I feel like it's just a breakdown of communication, and in order for communication to work, everybody has to want it to work. It has to be done in good faith, and I do wonder if everyone in this situation was necessarily good faith actors. So right. I think that's the unfortunate truth about it.
If you like that video, be sure to subscribe and check out more killer content from your homies at Juice Pro Wrestling.